everybody, in today's video we're going to talk about level 3 some more. Last video we talked about prepositional phrases in level 3 and appositive phrases in level 3. But today in this video we're going to focus just on the verbals. The verbal phrases tend to be the most confusing, so we're going to really focus on thinking about how they're used in the context of the sentence, so it makes it easier for you to find them and label them in level 3 of analysis. So just to review, a phrase is a group of words without a subject or a predicate. They work together like a single part of speech. And a verbal is a form of a verb which acts like a different part of speech. It's going to sound like a verb, but how it's used in the context of the sentence works by itself or with other words together in a phrase as a different part of speech. So let's get to it. So starting with gerunds. Gerunds are ing verbs, but in the sentences they're being used as nouns. So here, writing, normally you think, oh, writing is a thing you do, so it's a verb. But writing is my passion. Writing in this sentence is actually a noun, right? So is a verb, my is an adjective, passion is a noun. Level 2, what are we talking about? We're talking about writing, right? The noun, the thing. It's a linking verb. Passion is the subject complement. And then in level 3, even though it's just one word, not a phrase, we're going to label those verbals down here in level 3, just so that you know that it is a gerund. It is a verb-like word, but it is in this sentence working like a noun. So now let's find a verbal phrase. So same sentence structure, writing short stories is my passion. It's words all together working like a noun. So writing, as we said, in this sentence, it's a noun. Short is an adjective, stories is a noun, is my passion. But this whole thing in level 2 is labeled as the subject of the sentence. This whole thing, writing short stories is the subject. What about it? It is subject complement. Then in level 3, you're going to just use your dotted line and label the whole phrase as a gerund phrase and tell us that it's acting like a noun. This whole thing, writing short stories, is the subject. Okay, participles are the next verbal. A participle is a verb form, but it's used as an adjective. So whereas gerunds are used as nouns, participles are used as adjectives. So they're words that end in ing or ed or en, typically verb type endings. So ing, in this sentence, it is the barking dog annoyed me. Barking is modifying the noun dog, therefore it's being used as an adjective. Here we stared at the sunken ship. Sunken modifies ship, therefore it's an adjective. And an ed ending, you think, oh, ed ending, we must have a verb. But here in this sentence, we rescued the frightened puppy. Frightened isn't a verb. Frightened is an adjective that's modifying the noun puppy. So here's a participle phrase, so a group of words with the verb form, but used as an adjective. Feeling the pressure, Margot became nervous. So feeling, again, a lot of people rush and say, oh, feeling's a thing you do, it's an action, it's a verb. But no, here, feeling the pressure is all describing the noun Margot. So feeling is going to be labeled here as an adjective. And then here in the second level, we're not talking about feeling the pressure. That's not the subject of the sentence. The subject of the sentence is Margot. What about Margot? She became, which is a linking verb. What did she become? Nervous. So it's a subject complement. But then in level 3, we're going to label this whole thing as a participial phrase and tell that we know that it's working like an adjective in this sentence. Let's do one more. The beautifully decorated room became my favorite. So here, adjective, beautifully is an adverb because it modifies decorated. And normally you'd think, oh, decorated is a thing you do, it's a verb. But here it modifies room, so it's acting like an adjective. Okay, level 2, what are we talking about? The room, what about it? It became, what did it become? My favorite, subject complement. And then in level 3, we're going to label beautifully decorated as a participial phrase and an adjective because it's an ed, it's like a verb type of a word, decorated, but it's acting like an adjective, modifying room. Infinitives are the last verbal we're going to talk about, the to form of the verb, like to do or to be. And here we're going to look at to sing and how it can be used as a noun, an adjective, or an adverb, depending on the context of the sentence. So here, to sing is my greatest joy. To sing is a thing. It's a noun. Therefore, it's a thing. It's what the sentence is about. It's actually the subject of the sentence. The song to sing is Jingle Bells. Well, here to sing is modifying the noun song, so therefore it's an adjective. And then finally, it could be an adverb. Marianne likes to sing. What does she like to do? She likes to sing. It modifies the verb. Therefore, it's an adverb. So infinitives could be those three parts of speech. Let's do an example. To pass the test required serious studying. So to pass is acting like a noun. Okay? The rest of the sentence is pretty straightforward. So to pass the test, though, this whole thing, this whole idea is the subject of the sentence. What about it? It's required. What's required? Studying. That's the direct object. So here in level 3, we're going to say that this whole thing, to pass the test, is the infinitive phrase. It's acting like a noun. And then over here we have studying, which normally we would think, oh, that's a verb. But here in this sentence, it's a noun. Therefore, in the third level, we will identify it as a gerund. One more example. Scott wished to play piano for the crowd. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Level 1. What are we talking about? Scott. What about Scott? He wished. What did he wish? He didn't wish just to play, right? He didn't wish for the piano. He wished to play the piano. So here we have to play up here, acting like a noun. And here in level 2, it's acting with this whole phrase here as the direct object. What did he wish? To play the piano. Then, of course, in level 3, you're going to label this whole thing as an infinitive phrase. And you should also say that it's acting like a noun. And the prepositional phrase for the crowd, of course, is labeled in level 3. So there you have it. Verbals, my best advice is to slow down when you're analyzing the sentence and ask yourself, what is the function of the word in the sentence? Even if it pops into your head like, oh, that's obviously a verb. If it's acting like something else, it's probably a verbal, and you'll label it as such in the third level. Thanks, everybody.